Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Well, the NBA continues to be cooked meat. That's right, folks. The NBA continues to be cooked. And do you see these scores? No defense, guys scoring at will, nobody to stop them. They're just going crazy, folks. Which means, again, these referees are not real referees. For entertainment purposes only, WWE or WWF, whichever one you like. There you go, folks. For entertainment purposes only. These aren't real refs. These aren't real players. These aren't real coaches. This is not a real sports league as far as competition, real rules, real head coaches, nothing. So this is what I'm going to say. This is it for me. This is going to be, after my Bill Russell, I think 4 or 5 part series, proving that he's not top 15 or top 10. Definitely not top 10. That's it for me. That's it for me. So I guess, I don't know, maybe by Thursday or Friday, that's going to be it for me. The NBA is cooked. And a lot of people thought that AI Michael Jordan was literally going to come back and save this league. This is what you had Michael Jordan fans saying. And it was some of us who are Michael Jordan fans said, that's not going to happen. This league is cooked meat. You can't try to change something that has been going on for this long. Not only that, Michael Jordan was a part of this. This is what these guys out here on social media will refuse to tell you. Refuse to tell you that the players do not run the league. The commissioner does not run the league. It's the Players Association and the owners. Let me give it to you again, just in case you're confused and, they won't tell you. The Players Association and the owners run the league. So whatever they come into agreement with every single year, how they want their league to be played, how they want their league to be viewed as far as an image and everything else, the Players Association, why do you think they're there? And the owners, they come to disagreement. So Michael Jordan, as an owner since the early 2000s, not saying the early 2000s were bad, I'm just saying he has been an owner in the league all these years. Hell, he couldn't get his own team on a winning track. He couldn't even get his own team to be decent. That's pretty bad. That's really, I'm not even going to criticize it. Whatever, because you guys have been, whatever. But, yeah, I did just criticize. I'm not going to go into the details. I'm just saying, he's been in ownership since the 2000s of an NBA team. So Michael Jordan has been part of the clown show. And like I said, the problem is, most people thought Michael Jordan was going to come in to the league and stop the clown show. That's what they really thought. But nobody wanted to take my advice. We can see the obvious. One, Michael Jordan was going to come back AI, because I told you when they told us that Michael Jordan wasn't going to come live, it wasn't going to be with Charles, Kenny, and whoever was going to be on NBC. He wasn't going to be live, and it was going to be pre-recorded on top of that. Already knew this guy was coming back AI style. Okay? AI style. And don't tell me Michael Jordan is busy when you're getting all that money. This money thing is just crazy. That's another thing I can't believe. Anyways, all this a value. To me, that's all this. To get people to clamor, to get people to participate, to get people to care, to get people whatever. We have some of the dumbest people in this world. The NBA is on its last dying leg, and the NBA's got all this money to give out. It's just that people, come on. AI style Michael Jordan coming back for what? For what? For what? So they thought he was gonna, all these Michael Jordan fans thought he was gonna come back and change the game. And these players were gonna start, playing different, because Michael Jordan said that ain't how we played back in the day. We played competitive basketball back in the day. Really? Again, Michael Jordan was an owner from the 2000s until what, a year and a half ago when he sold the team? Maybe 2 years ago? So what are we talking about? Michael Jordan came back to Washington. Well, not came back, came to Washington. Came back to play, period. And told us, these young people don't want to compete. They don't want to compete. And the problem was, that's why he said he could never be a head coach, because of the players in the 2000s. He could see it was a lack of passion from these players. Like Sports and Fitness Rand said, most of these guys are only in the NBA because of their height. Not because they love the game. It's because of their height. Okay? Yes, you can make it in high school. It can make it look like you were this great player, because in high school you're just better than everybody else because of your height. A lot of times, I ain't saying all of them, all players, but I'm just saying it can make it look like that. And I'm not trying to say all players in the 2000s weren't competitive. I'm not trying to say that, but it's a reason why some of these teams are lower tier teams in the NBA, because every team isn't competitive. They just get by enough to call themselves NBA players. I mean, look at the guys he played with when he came to the Bulls. I mean, are you kidding me? Nevertheless, Michael Jordan ain't came back to change nothing. Matter of fact, it's an embarrassment that he's showing up AI style. How do we know it was AI style? Well, most people who know about AI, we already know that's AI. Because they didn't even get the nigga live. They didn't even get Michael Jordan live. Okay? Why not get Michael Jordan live? Hey, Mike, you don't want to come to the studio with the rest of the all-time great players? And this is another thing is, if Michael Jordan really cared about the game, these are the things he would be doing right now. This shows the other players that he don't give a damn about the game. Right? This shows the players that he doesn't care about the game. For whatever reason, that he can't even show up with Kenny. These are all-time great players. Kenny was good, but Shaq, Barkley, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, all these other guys that's on NBC, these are all-time great players, and he can't show up with these. This is really uplifting the NBA and caring about the NBA when this dude can show up live, and participate. Now, he ain't even showing up live, and he's showing up AI style, looking like he's on his last leg, can barely talk. And you can see why these young people don't care, because he don't care. Showing up AI style. So we know this is AI because he's not even doing a live interview. Okay? And people will say, oh, he's busy. Well, but you're not busy enough to take all that money. That will warrant the money this guy is making to talk. You're not doing no breakdown. You're just telling life stories about your life. This is little, guys. You could be telling these stories while you're live. You can tell these stories while you're live. Nobody cares about you crying because you hit a shot for a little white kid. And I'm not trying to be mean, but nobody cares about this. No, really? Nobody cares. We're talking about you came back for the NBA. You came back for the NBA. And this is what you're telling us? That you could... Man, this is going to get bad, guys. And this is why I'm glad I'm about to pop up out of here. Because every week that goes by, that he's doing a segment, an AI segment, it's going to get worse. And the LeBron James fans, they're going to eat this shit up. They're going to eat it up. Because they already ate part one up and spit it out. And to me, it was a travesty. That's what it was. It wasn't nothing good. And yes, we're probably going to keep hearing criticism of these players today in AI style. And they're going to keep playing like that. Keep playing like that. This is how they play now. You were there as an owner. In those meetings, you did not protest year to year. This ain't how we should run our league. You didn't care. You just collected paychecks. You was on the sidelines sometimes participating in the madness. As an owner, so what are these fools talking about on their platforms about Michael Jordan is going to change the game? And they're going to listen to him when he's been a part of it for all these years. I'm not sure they know what they talk about. Most of them just, you flip on their channel, they all talking about the same thing. You're going to wake up, what, the rest of your life for what, $30 $1,000 views? Or $30 for 1,000 views? And you're going to get taxed? For that, whatever. Most people doing this for money. Because the radio is playing. You're waking up, you're saying the same stuff, and you're criticizing the NBA for the way it's being played. And you're not going to stop it. It's only going to get weaker, as we see. Look at, we can see Reeves. This guy could score 40 a game. Austin Reeves scored 41 last night. He could score 40 a game. Austin Reeves. These are the type of defenders you have in this league. None. And guess what? They're not here to play defense because the head coach doesn't care. The league doesn't care. Their defense is fake fouls. That's their defense. So it's just a whole bunch of guys running up and down the court, getting fake paychecks, getting fake contracts. Because like I said, you ain't never gonna convince me that these guys make this kind of money. Just the way they move when they're playing, and now after they retire. So I don't blame them for playing this style of basketball because they're not they're not getting paid this money. So it's just you got to go ahead and find out what you want to do. Yes, I'll probably end up posting some stuff, but as far as making videos, man, this stuff can be long. Just to try to put a video together, and then UT try to shadow bang your video because you ain't talking like everybody else. On my channel, I try to just give you guys stuff that you ain't gonna hear nowhere else because everybody is talking the same for the boss, which is UT. So if you go outside that script, you ain't gonna get your money. Or if you go outside the script, they're gonna make sure nobody see your channel because, like I said, the majority of people's subs are bots. That's what they are. They're bots. So depending on what you say and you stay in line with the script, that's how many views you're gonna get. Your views are just bots. The bots give people money. So a lot of times, not every time, when you hear some of these YouTubers say thanks for the money, they got money from YouTube, who are bots. Bots. YouTube give you bots based on, are you staying in line with what they want you to say? So yes, you can hate on LeBron James all you want. They love it. They love it. They love it. It's a promotion of the NBA. So the NBA, like I said in the last video, they don't need promotion no more. You see these top 5 players, they don't promote the league no more. They play basketball and then go back to the countries in Europe. Luka or wherever they come from, SGA, Joker, Greek Freak. There's no promotion of the NBA from these guys. Like we know from the 90s, the 80s, the 2000s, you always had these guys, the top 5 players, on mad commercials. The Barkleys, the Jordans, the Karl Malones, the Birds, the Magics, all these type of guys. They were big. Wilt Chamberlain was a damn movie star. And that's how it was. And these guys, these international players ain't pushing or promoting the game. And that's why you see the promotion of the game from these guys from the 2000s still. The Durants, the James Hardens, the LeBron James, the Kawhis, the Russell Westbrook, because these international players can't push the game. That's why you got these 210 guys still around for the clown show, right? So it's not on their shoulders to push the game like they should be pushing it. These 210s guys, these 2020 guys, and you have these platforms out here in social media. These are the new. This is what pushes the game, right? This is what pushes the game, these NBA platforms. And they'll give you, oh, this guy shot this guy did this team did this. So they're the new critics in the promoters of the NBA. So it don't matter if you're talking bad about the NBA, as long as you stay in the script. Don't expose the script. Make sure you say the same thing that everybody else is saying. So you go to everybody's channel. It's kind of like the news, right? You go to ABC News, NBC News, ABC News. They saying the same script about something. They ain't never talking outside the script. They all saying the same thing. So this is what these platforms is for the NBA. They won't talk outside. They won't expose the script. They only can go with the script, right? So it's always going to be a good and a bad. You got a LeBron side, you got a Michael Jordan side, whatever side. Or you could just talk about what's happening daily, but you can't expose it. Everybody has to sound the same, is what I'm trying to say. That's what you're going to get. You can't expose the script. You got to act like all this stuff is, kind of like real and on the up and up, to be able to get money from social media, right? It's not about changing the game. You're never going to change the game if you're waking up or getting the game back to where it used to be. If you're making videos every day criticizing the same thing about the NBA. Oh, these players this, these players that, these players this. Well, that's fine, but if you're not going to really expose why, then you just talking to the choir. You just saying nothing. Why? Because these ain't real head coaches. These ain't real referees. These guys, it's the weakest, softest era of all time, and they probably ain't get paid these paychecks. That's why. You think anybody who was getting paid this kind of money, they really had consequences to lose all this money with the ratings, as we can see? You think they would be out here messing up that kind of money? Does that sound like players who is making that kind of money who want to mess it up? Nobody moves like that, folks. Nobody moves like that. Maybe if you're young, you say, oh, I messed up that job, man, and I was making good money. But as you get older, you say, oh, I won't do those dumb things. That ain't these players, man. They don't move like they're making this kind of money to where they see the consequences of them being a product, and because they're playing like ish, and nobody wants to watch this stuff no more, and the viewership is tanking. They're not like, let's change this. The coaches aren't like, let's change this. The referees aren't like, change this. Nobody's like, let's change this. Actually, they're like, let's make it worse. So we can sit up here all day and jibber jabber of why these players ain't making this kind of money. I can make a whole nother video, but that's just one of the reasons why nobody would actually mess up this kind of money. I mean, and then you got these guys going back in the offseason, playing in the EuroLeague, destroying their bodies. Imagine this, guys. These guys just got done playing 80-something games, whatever, full season, going into the playoffs, and now they're going to play in the EuroLeague. What? Yeah, they're going to play in the EuroLeague. What? Making all this money. And there was nothing to stop them. Not a head coach, not a pickup game like Michael Jordan maybe did in the offseason. Going to play in the EuroLeague. Get ready, folks. And from what I know, they've been doing it all the time. That's why these guys can't stay healthy or play all these games. Second of all, I had a viewer tell me that the NBA is in bed with the EuroLeague because the EuroLeague fans are pissed. And they're saying that they hate the NBA because the NBA keeps stealing their stars. So now I think what's going on, they're making these guys go back and play in the EuroLeague to make the EuroLeague happy. And that, I don't know if it's next year or the year after that, they're going to incorporate a EuroLeague NBA playoffs. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen when the NBA playoffs start, which would be the dumbest thing, because why would you want to put them in the NBA playoffs when they ain't been playing in the NBA all season? Or it's just going to be like, kind of like an in-season tournament type of thing. I don't know. But I think what that is, they're trying to make the EuroLeague fans happy. Something like that. The problem with that is, how's that going to happen? What's going to, are you going to go NBA versus EuroLeague in those playoffs? Because if you're going to do that, the EuroLeague is going to get their brains beat out because we got all the best EuroLeague players, right? So they're gonna get their brains beat out. I'm just saying. How's that really going to happen? Or are you going to put some of these great, it's hard for me to say great, but the NBA Euro players like Luka, Giannis, Joker, you're going to put them back on their own teams? Is that what you're going to do? Versus the NBA? The NBA is finished, man. I mean, I don't know what to say. And to me, with everything else that's going on in this world, people dying and dropping dead like flies in our families, in our communities, our friends, the way we're dealing with bad health. I'm one of the fortunate ones to know about nutrition, health, and fitness. A lot of people, they don't. So I could be lending my time to helping people out in real life, then worry about some overpaid NBA players that will never be on the level of these guys in the past. Worry about some grown ass men making millions of dollars, and us out here struggling. We really want to worry about that? The NBA is over. So at best, I can get up every morning or whenever, like these other YouTubers, and make videos screaming and hollering and being an old head, wishing these guys will play like this, play like that, criticize them for this, criticize them for that. How many years you gonna do that? Or go back and forth with some dude that's lying on his platform to make money and act like he really means what he's talking about, that LeBron James is the greatest, the 90s wasn't this, and Michael Jordan wasn't that. And I can pretend like he don't know what he's saying. Everybody knows he knows what he's saying. Everybody knows that Nick Wright, Shannon Sharp, Colin Cowherd, all these fools knew what they were saying, but it was just for entertainment purposes only, to make money and to get a feeling out of other people, because the NBA couldn't sell itself based on greatness. And you wake up every morning or whenever you do the video, and all you're going to get out of it is, you're going to be sick. There's no way you could do this stuff every single day and not be stressed and not be sick. The only thing you're going to get out of it that makes you feel a little bit better is social media giving you money. Other than that, you're pissed off all the time, criticizing. You know how much that's going to mess up your brain, your body. I ain't gonna say no names, but I can see people on this social media with NBA platforms. They're literally sick, bro, from doing this work, trying to prove this and trying to prove that of the past, and now of a league that's dying off, folks. The league don't care about his league, but we're out here trying to prove this and prove that. I think people should take note more of their health, because as we can see, time done sped up, and it's really not a joke anymore. It's better we spend more time with our friends, our family, and just enjoy life, because like I said, time is speeding up, and we already know it's not this, oh, you getting old type of stuff. No. It's not that. You can ask young people now. And we can see now a lot of people that's dying, that's supposed to be old, they look younger. We can see people who, in their 40s, they don't look 40. You can look at these high school kids and you're like, damn, they look like middle school kids. If that. They look like sixth graders. So time is speeding up. Last week was the first week I literally forgot my payday. So one thing you got to remember, with time speeding up, guess what is speeding up? Disease. Everything speeds up. So if time speeds up, and I'm not talking about, we look at a clock on the wall and say, oh man, that's going fast. It ain't got nothing to do with that. You don't even sleep at night, right? Lay your head down, boom, it's time to get up. Like, that fast. Most people don't even have dreams no more. So, like I said, with time speeding up, disease is going to speed up. So what is best, you get your body healthy in these times. Instead of worrying about some overpaid dudes running down the court who don't care about us. They don't care about us. Never have, never will. We can clamor over Michael Jordan, a basketball player. We don't know him personally. And I'm not trying to say he was a bad person personally. Nothing like that. But all that's over. We got these guys who are analysts who played in the 2000s, the Tracy McGrady's, the Vince Carters, and who else was this guy? I think Carmelo Anthony. You don't have one winner right there. You don't have one winner on that panel. Yes, they're all-time great players. You don't have one winner. Vince Carter made one All-NBA, folks. Should he really be in? Should he really be in there? In a Hall of Fame? Would he win like one playoff series? And shot like hell in the playoffs every single year when he was with Toronto in the playoffs. His regular season numbers are off the chart, but you only made one All-NBA. What does that mean? And I think that might have been the second team. So I'm just saying, these aren't like, I don't know. They're not there to change no game. We already see them on NBC just slobbing and sucking and clamor. They ain't there to teach you nothing, man. And not because because how they play, whatever like that, but they're there to read off a script, guys. They're there to sound like Reggie Miller. At the end of the day, they're not there to teach nothing. Legs played in the 90s. Reggie Miller played. These guys are there to collect a paycheck. Michael Jordan ain't there to criticize the NBA. You can't criticize something that the owners and the Players Association come up with every single year about how they want the NBA to be. The NBA, they want it to be easy. For one, they don't have those type of guys no more to make it hard. For two, to me, I don't think they're getting paid that type of money. So that's why they make it easy on them. And they make it easy so anybody can play in the league. I mean, that's the truth. Y'all got to remember, Bronny is in the league. You can't take this league serious and their top players in the league serious when Bronny is in the league. And Bronny's not in the league because of LeBron James. Bronny is in the league for a clown show because that's the number one thing the NBA sells its league on, a damn clown show. It don't sell it based on greatness. That's been out the window since LeBron James went to the Miami Heat. And Michael Jordan was there, and all the owners said nothing. Yes, Michael Jordan said, oh, that's something I wouldn't do. Well, the problem is, okay, you say that, load your teams with super teams. So you let this guy play for 8 straight years with super teams. And you can say 2022 with super teams. And we know that disaster he did with Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard, Russell Westbrook, and all that. That was a super team. So you let LeBron James play 8 years, 9, 11 years with super teams. Just alone, those 8 straight years. None of the other owners said, we're building super teams too to compete. So you don't want to compete as owners? Only LeBron James can compete? And then Kevin Durant and Curry? I told you. Common sense don't work like that, folks. Competitiveness don't work like that. Yo, we're just gonna let those guys compete. No, folks. It's been a clown show since LeBron James went to Miami. The NBA doesn't sell itself based on court greatness since LeBron James went to Miami. Let's not forget about the taunting. Not one, not two. The decision. You got a decision. You just melted down when you was in Cleveland all those years. What decision do you get? What public announcement what did you do to get this stuff? Kobe just won back-to-back, went to 3 straight finals. What decision are you talking about? It's a clown show, folks. Because again, the NBA stopped selling itself based on on-court greatness. That would give you the soap opera, the rivalries, the competitiveness back in the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. On-court greatness, competitiveness, defense, rivalries turned into the soap opera, folks. That stopped with LeBron James. And they decided to give you a soap opera from the media instead of the on-court greatness of competitiveness and rivalries. You get it? The media said, no, let me take over. We're going to do it through debate shows. And we're going to make a lot of money doing it. We can just tell you these guys are great. The problem was, well, great, competitive, the most skills. The problem was the viewers weren't buying it. The viewers was not buying it. Yes, NBA fans will always go to NBA games, just like they go to the hockey games, like they go to soccer games, like they go to MLB games. But guess what? Your viewers was not buying it. They weren't entertained by watching it on TV because they knew it was bullshit. They knew it. So they stopped watching. And most of the people that kept going to the games are just people who want to see entertainment. That's it. They just wanted to see entertainment. And that's what they got. Entertainment. They didn't get competitiveness. They didn't get rivalries. They got a clown show. That's all they got. And the ones that want to see this are, you want to consider them real NBA fans, folks. Because real NBA fans would have held these guys' feet to the fire to carry on the greatness of these past eras. And if they would have did that, they would not have showed up to them games. Because guess what? If they would have tried this back in the day, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, with this clown show shit, those arenas, they would have been empty. They would have been empty. So again, there you have it, folks. Like I said, Michael Jordan, he was a standard when he played. He's a standard of all time. But the standards are gone. It ain't got nothing to do with Michael Jordan. All that stuff's gone, folks. Michael Jordan's AI. Michael Jordan ain't coming back. It's over. They actually gave you AI Michael Jordan. That's what's so crazy. And we know it's AI Michael Jordan because they couldn't even do a live. You couldn't even do a live with Michael Jordan. When I heard pre-recorded, I said, this is AI. So again, when I get done doing I think like 4 or 5 parts proving that Bill Russell isn't top 10, I'm done. I might do some posts or whatever like that, but it's really, if you check out people's videos, it's the same stuff every single day, folks. People on here yelling and screaming, and if not, they talking about the same thing that's been going on forever. And they say the same stuff about the past eras, or they're trying to challenge this guy, or this guy said this. It's the same stuff. They're repeating the same stuff. It could be a different guy, but it's just a repeat. That, you know what that is? That's madness. It's madness. Like hitting your head against the wall over and over, and you're trying to get out of somewhere, and you just keep walking into the damn wall, boom, walking into the wall, boom, walking into the wall, boom. It's crazy. And so on the last part of the Bill Russell ain't top 10, I'm gonna talk about that being my last video, period. But that's it, guys.